Our next award is for Mid-Market Excellence. Tonight's award is sponsored by Weir Folds, and I am pleased to invite back to the stage Stephen Rukavina of that firm to announce our winner and make the presentation. Stephen?
Thank you, Terry. What a great privilege it is for our firm to participate in this evening's prestigious event with its co-founders, our fellow sponsors, and everyone in attendance tonight to recognize and celebrate the achievements of some of the most accomplished people in our profession, and in particular to present the 2014 Mid-Market Excellence Award. I don't want to jinx anything, but for the sake of the nominees, let's hope Elections Ontario was not responsible for tabulating the results tonight. Otherwise, it might be a late night. The challenges for today's General Counsel are significant and ever-changing, and it's not always just the big deals, but it's also the day-to-day managing and navigating the minefields of what, in my view, may be some of the most mind-bending areas of where business meets the law. Things like our new anti-spam legislation, personal information privacy law, ethics and governance, everyone's favorite Corruption of Foreign Officials Act, increasing shareholder activism, social media management, and the list goes on. And how do companies and organizations meet the challenges presented in today's borderless world of highly scrutinized, hyper-informed, and heavily regulated reality within which they operate? And always, I guess, on the repeated mandate of doing much more with much less. Well, they do it by attracting and hiring some of the most capable, creative, determined, and intelligent lawyers that our profession has to offer, as reflected by the following 5 very exceptional and deserving nominees for the 2014 Mid-Market Excellence Award.
Mid-Market Excellence, presented by Weir Folds. In a smaller company, general counsel often play a broader role than solely managing legal issues, including a role in corporate strategy, participation in key negotiations, and working closely with the CEO. Our judges look for department-level excellence and evidence that the broader corporate challenges have been effectively handled. Here are the finalists. Violaine Desroches, Senior Vice President, Legal Affairs and Compliance, Fiera Capital. Anne Fitzgerald, Chief Legal Officer and Corporate Secretary, Cineplex. Dave Lantz, Vice President, General Counsel and Corporate Secretary, Cara Operations. Maura Lendon, Vice President, Chief General Counsel and Corporate Secretary, Primero Mining. And Jim Nikopoulos, Vice President and General Counsel, Element Financial.
And the recipient of the 2014 Mid-Market Excellence Award is Anne Fitzgerald, Chief Legal Officer, Corporate Secretary, Cineplex Inc.
Wow, thank you. Third time is a charm. Appreciate that. Obviously, thanks to the National Post and ZSA for hosting these awards, and to Dan Gormley and Tim Heaney at Goodman's for nominating me, and especially to the advisory board for selecting me. It's an honor to be recognized among the impressive finalists, but it's humbling to win, so thank you. Mostly, I would like to thank Ellis Jacob and Dan McGrath, with whom I work, for putting their faith in me at Cineplex. I came to Canada 12 years ago with the only Canadian I knew at the time, who is now my husband. When I moved here, I'd been litigating for about 15 years in the US and had to start completely anew. Cineplex initially hired me for a few months as outside counsel to manage some small matters. I now know that was just a very long interview. 10 years ago, I went in-house full-time with Cineplex as the sole lawyer there to manage our acquisition of Famous Players, then our largest competitor. It turns out that my litigation skills were ideal for managing the diversity of issues of that deal that arose, as well as the issues that arise daily as a general counsel. The nature of being a litigator is that you have to become an expert in a field for a very short period of time and then promptly forget what you knew and move on to another matter and become an expert in that for a very short period of time. That intellectual flexibility is a crucial skill for being a general counsel. And it's the variety of challenges that I love most about my day-to-day job. Something else that Terry needs to know about what I love my job is that, well, Cineplex, anybody can qualify for the 10% discount with a scene card from our standard $5.49 price for base popcorn, not $15. My less than standard path to the GC office is consistent with one of the great lessons that the Cineplex senior team has taught me, and that is to hire for fit. Cineplex didn't hire me because of my strong acquisition experience. They hired me for fit. And I've hired every person on my team since then for fit. And today, the two other lawyers on my teams, Tom Santrum and Jessica Fenson, are both wonderful lawyers, but they're also exceptional people. They, along with my entire support team and our external counsel, predominantly Goodmans, make me look good, and I appreciate that. So thank you all for this recognition, and thanks again to Cineplex and my husband for taking a chance on me.